Hello
I
and
fixed the
welcome
floor.
to
You still
another
haven't seen it.
episode. Huh?
I fixed the floor and you still haven't seen it. If you don't show
You
up to
did
the
not
Super Bowl,
fix
I'm,
the
I'm
floor.
breaking
The
it.
floor, the floor like caused a turkey ankle blowout on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'll probably still trip on it. Three, two, one. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Never Worse podcast. I'm your host, Tom Brown, joined today by Jack and Tim. It is early Tuesday morning. We're getting right after it. We recorded a little yesterday, so you're gonna hear that after this. It's crazy work I'm doing over here with nonlinear editing. Um, Last night, the Patriots treated us to an old fashioned beatdown of the New York Giants. They won 33-15. At one point, Jackson Dart was screaming to his players, it's a two-score game. And yet he forgot that the other team had an offense that couldn't be stopped. So you guys were so wrong when you said you didn't think they would go into the bye with a 10-game win streak. Because here they
Yep,
are,
just us.
just you
Only ones in
guys.
the whole world.
um, so they're 11-2, first team to win 11 games. They did it. They did the 10-game win streak, and now, I mean, the Dolphins and Jets are playing a little better. So now the last four games of the season are good games that will really test them going into the playoffs because they're making the playoffs.
They
Did they clinch the
say
seed
they
last night?
say the did they clinched a seed last night? I imagine so.
They must have, right?
Just
They can't.
just math wise, I haven't taken a look at the standings, but I would imagine. But um, they say throw the record out for division games, but however, with the exception of Buffalo, who's 50-50, you should beat the Jets and the Dolphins in your remaining two games against them. You have a big one against the Ravens. You really kind of don't know what Baltimore team's going to come out and play. Like I said about Buffalo, really kind of like 50-50. Um, but I mean, let's just get it out there. The Patriots are the best and most consistent team in the NFL.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
texted that last night, and I was chewing on it when I woke up this, or no, maybe I saw it last night. I don't remember. And I was like, honestly, I don't think I can argue against it, and I don't want to.
Right.
Who's it
That's
again?
the big
What,
thing.
it's
That's the big
Patriots or the
thing. We
Rams,
all want
right?
to believe that. The Rams would be who I'd have for number two. They got kind of popped in the mouth. We talked about it. You'll hear it later. By the Panthers, but overall, consistently week to week, I know nobody wants to put the crown on their heads, but they're the best team in the NFL. Offensively, they're better than the Broncos. Against the run, they're better than the majority of teams in the NFL. They could rush the passer better. They really need a pass rusher. I think if I had to address their biggest need. But as of right now, Drake May will score on you. Simple as that. Drake May is going to score.
You know what and they seem to do this on the last drive or the last defensive drive of most games. They apply pressure at the end of the game. I don't know what happens in the first three quarters, but
I think,
they
yeah, you're
get to
right.
the quarterback in the fourth quarter.
I
Maybe it
think
just
they
looks
just
like
start
that because,
blitzing.
yeah, I was just
They
going
are
to say
blitzing.
Vrabel is like one of the few coaches in the NFL who doesn't go into a prevent like shell defense at the end of a game. He still brings the heat
Yeah,
but yeah,
Because he's been listening
I
to me on
do
this
feel,
podcast for the past 5 years.
but
probably what it
other
is.
than that, I do feel like the defense is good at making plays when they have to. Um, but yeah, a little bit more of a pass rush. But other than that, they they dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and they did last night. Granted, Thibodeau was out, and I have a brief correction from last week's episode after I dropped off. So Thibodeau was out, so they didn't have like their best pass rushers in, and we didn't have our best left tackle, and we, the Patriots. Um, and again, I mean, Drake May was pretty clean last night, so I don't
Mm.
know if that's the offensive line was up to the task or the Giants stink.
Yeah, he was
I think
sacked
it's the
three times and,
latter.
and only had seven incompletions.
He did get sacked?
Three times, yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't think it was that much.
There were three hits he took where I said, all right, when he ran in the fourth quarter, and I don't think he he like fake slid before the last field goal. I said, this man you need to get him out.
Well, luckily it wasn't. I mean, you can tell Jackson Dart is still a rookie because he does not try to get down or get out of bounds. And Christian Ellis lit that boy up. I'm surprised his helmet stayed on his head. That was the hardest hit in a long time.
Well, yeah, until later when Gunnar Olszewski's helmet
Oh, that's
actually
true.
all the
Yeah.
paint came off.
That's true.
And
He looked
that was
rough
one of
walking off
those
the field.
ones where I was like, oh, like kind of sitting there, like, are they going to just drop the flag? But it was just, he was still up and he was getting tackled. It was just like bad luck for Gunnar
Yeah,
that,
he like kind of got hit and like shifted up, and then Ellis's helmet came in
yeah,
there.
Ellis
yeah,
was really bringing the
there
wood
were,
last night.
they were
Yeah, he
really
was.
hitting hard. But all three phases, Marcus Jones is going to be an all pro, I think.
Yep.
Mm.
There's like you can't leave him off the special teams list, and then he could creep in. I don't know how many defensive backs. I don't know if they
I
have
was
like a
just thinking the same
slot
thing.
defensive
He
back,
could be the nickel corner or the slot corner for an all-pro team right now with how good of a
but
season he's
yeah, I
having.
don't know if they do
Well, and
that.
they have two all-pro special teams guys.
Yeah,
With
I think
Schooler,
he'll
I mean, he
make
was
that.
out, but he's an all-pro too.
I think he'll make the special teams thing, but maybe not the defensive side of the ball. But
No, they'll give the
Carlton Davis
defense
should
to
get a
probably a,
look.
yeah, Carlton
there.
Davis
It
had a
just
yeah.
It's
what
fine.
I was happy about because you're afraid of a trap game there. You get a bye and then the Bills. They
Yep.
just at the end of the first quarter, you're like, okay, they're just kicking their ass. Hey Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I texted you bedtime at half. And then the Giants kind of started playing a little bit tough. But man, the
But
Patriots
did you
just rolled them.
ever think they were going to score three times to
No, no, no,
take
no,
over
no,
the
no.
game? That's what I
Not
told
three
you. I
times
started
like
watching.
unanswered. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Unanswered was the key. And the second half started off perfectly. They missed the field goal, but I was like, yes, that was an 8 minute drive, mostly runs. Get out of there. And then, yeah, it was just pure domination against a shitty team. And that's what you want to prove that you're, like Jack said, one of the better teams.
I also thought the last drive in the fourth quarter, that was probably what, a 6, 7 minute drive. It was exactly what they needed. And then they got the 3 points.
Right.
They synced
And
up
it
most of the
just,
clock in the second half.
that's why when Jackson Dart's screaming, it's a 2 score game, I'm just like, yeah, but it's, you gotta stop them and score.
The
So
um
just
the
as
one
we're on,
concern
so,
is
you go ahead.
still the short yardage rushing, Lennon. Lennon.
Sure.
They can't get the 3rd and 1 on the ground. They just can't.
No, it's tough. They don't have a lot of push and short yardage. However, I felt like they ran the ball a lot better yesterday than they have in like the past 3 weeks, maybe like without Stevenson being there. I mean, obviously you had like Henderson hitting the big ones, and then he had that big like 3 touchdown game against the Jets. Hey, Clank. But other than that, I don't know. Like they played as perfect a game of football as you could on a national stage against a team they needed to kick the shit out of, and they did. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Quinn thinks so. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
Tim, quick question.
and a
What's Quinn's
traditional,
problem?
huh?
What's Quinn's problem?
He
Just
agreed.
staring
He
at
said
me.
yes. You say yes? No. Um,
See, there you
a
go.
traditional QB sneak. I don't know
I was
why
gonna
it's
say
so bizarre to see, but it works.
it worked. They found a spot and they went a gap, if we're gonna get technical here, and they
Ooh,
just picked up a yard.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
guess.
mean,
And there were some stuff we missed covering yesterday. The
well, hold on. Don't
Are
start
we going to
jumping
do
to
it
the
at the
rest of
end?
the NFL. Yeah, I think
Well, hold
I was
on.
thinking of some stuff too, but let's stick on the Patriots for a sec.
Uh
I have a question for
just
you too.
okay. What is it?
Is it realistic? Oh boy. Are you guys still there?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know
And
what he
we hear
hit.
you.
And we hear you
Oh,
and see you.
we hear you and
Um,
see you. Just go.
is it realistic Drake May wins the MVP?
No.
Yeah. You said no, Jack?
Yeah, I don't think he'll get votes. Not with Stafford having the season he's having. Um,
I,
Again, I don't think he'll get the votes. He doesn't have a 300-yard game. He doesn't have the stats there. Like Stafford's stats compared to Drake May's stats next to him each other, you wouldn't even think twice to give it to Stafford.
But
what if they win the West? Doesn't
Who?
matter. Like if the NFC West, if the Seahawks somehow catch the Rams and
Yeah,
they're
that would
what
the
you're
be the
saying if
only
they
seventh
thing
seed
if
don't.
they don't win the division.
or they're
But right
the
now, I would think it's Stafford's to lose.
So Stafford's 3,073 yards, 32 touchdowns, 4 picks. Drake May. Let's pull him up. Let's pull him up, gentlemen. He is 34th, 12 with 23 touchdowns and 6 picks. So more yards, better completion percentage for May,
And a
less
better record.
touchdowns.
I shouldn't say no. It's definitely realistic that he could win it. But I would say I just don't feel like NFL MVP voters are ready to do it yet.
I think that's a more I think it would be a more they would give it to Stafford as like a culmination of his career type thing.
Well, there's that. He's also
And he's
balling
also
the
having an
fuck
awesome
out.
season, but I'm just like
And the other thing too is the Patriots.
Oh, we lost his mic. Jack, we lost your mic.
Not
Uh,
bye yet.
yeah, the Patriots are they get their bye now. Guys, there's a feeding
So
frenzy at
I
my
mean
bird feeder
that's
right now.
that.
It's
Then
crazy.
Stafford's probably going to catch him in yards this week.
yeah.
So, but listen, I do think it's realistic. Like, I mean, the way he throws a deep ball is so great. And then just lining up fast receivers to have them run by corners so he can hit them in stride on their hands. It's a pretty
Mhm.
good drafting strategy.
Even even the incomplete uh fade to Stephon Diggs in the first quarter, excuse me, was a perfect throw.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Kyle
I mean, it's
Williams,
realistic. It's real.
if he
Sorry, Tom, go ahead.
no, if Kyle Williams ends up being a deep threat, they're off to the races.
Yeah. I mean, it's really great that he's able to make those downfield throws like that, especially after coming from Mac Jones, who just didn't have the arm after 20 yards, like May has. And not only is he putting it 40 yards down the field, he's putting it 40 yards down the field directly in his receiver's hands. And the receivers are making plays on it, but it's such a night and day difference than
That
two
booty
years
fade
ago.
to the right corner was insane.
Yeah. That's like
Like,
the one he threw. I think his best throw of the year was probably to Kyle Williams streaking across the field as he was rolling out the other way against
oh, the
Tampa Bay.
touchdown against the Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
the
I'm
one
going
when he rolls
to
out and goes deep, dude, they're basically like handoffs.
I am going to say the best pass was to Diggs on the run against the Bills.
Yeah,
That
rolling to
was
the
more
right.
like a shovel in improvised
No,
thing. I'm
no,
talking.
the
No, no,
one.
the
No,
deep one.
Jack, look it up.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Um, all right, so who would you least like to see the Patriots play the first round of the playoffs? Because now we have to start talking about that.
Yeah, 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 we do.
We
Hopefully,
got
these
a
things
red
shake
cardinal
out and they
staring
just
at me.
stay at the one seed so they don't play anybody in the
Right.
first round of the
But
playoffs.
but I'm just saying, like that first matchup, division round
Yeah.
or wild card round, because
So who's
there's
that looking to be? Like,
so
who's
right
seven
now,
right now? Who's six and
7 right
seven?
now is Buffalo. 6
Yeah,
is the
well, that would
Colts.
suck. Buffalo,
And the 8 seed is the Texans, who, you
that crazy
know,
defense there.
that defense is, and they rush the passer.
We
That
didn't really
please,
talk about the AFC South in the NFL
please,
recap, but
yeah,
they have a
please stay
three-team
out of
race
the
now.
playoffs if you're the Texans.
I would say it's the Texans or the Bills.
The Bills still
No
scare
other
me the most.
team, like,
Like the Bills could come into Foxborough after the bye and show you exactly how good they are or how good they can be.
yeah.
Nobody talks about how good James Cook is. He's like 30 yards behind Jonathan Taylor for the rushing lead. And
Yeah,
last year, I
Taylor's
think he
fallen
was
off.
tied for the league lead in touchdowns. And I don't know why he doesn't get any credit for how good the Bills can be, but James
And
Cook is
that
really
Sunday
good.
night game, the Bills didn't give him the ball for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird.
It
It's
was
weird. I don't. They don't
bizarre
do it
strategy.
sometimes. Yeah.
So I would say the Bills are probably the scariest team to play. I don't trust the AFC West teams or the AFC South or the AFC North.
Yeah, I look at it as teams like um the Texans can get after May, even if Campbell's there. The Broncos can get after May and lock down
There's so much.
receivers. I focus more on defenses because I think if it's a mediocre defense, the Patriots will just match them scores. That's how I feel about the offenses. So it has to be a defense
Yeah.
that could shut down and cause May to have a rough day. And the two I think of are the Texans and Broncos. Obviously, the
Well, the
Bills,
Broncos, you probably won't see the Broncos because they're most likely going to win their division.
right? And they'd be if they're 1-2, they can't play each other till the AFC Championship.
Right. Which is probably, if the season ended today, that's exactly how it'd shake out. Um, but I'd say Buffalo. I mean, Tom, when we did the scare floor a couple of weeks ago, Buffalo was like, that was right after Josh Allen scored 6 touchdowns. And you just know that game lives inside that man. Like he can
Yeah.
just go crazy on you. And that would scare me. He also has more playoff experience than Drake May. That's something that is going to play a factor, whether we want it to or not.
Mm.
But and yeah, I don't know. I think all the playoff games, I will be a ball of nerves sitting on my couch watching
Oh
them.
yeah.
A little less calm and confident than I was, after 5 minutes of watching the game last night. But yeah, I'd say the Bills and the Texans are scary because their defense is so good. Nobody wants to see Will Anderson coming off the edge at them.
Right. Uh
You can they win out, do you think? Would you
Yeah.
want
I
them to
mean,
win out? I guess is a better question.
would I
Yes.
want are you worried about the history of there is a thing I saw that teams that go on long winning streaks before the playoffs tend to blow it in the playoffs. Because basically in that case, math has to catch up to you.
Also, I think there's a possibility if they beat the Bills and then the Ravens, like they right because it goes Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins. I
Yep.
believe is the if they're 13-2, they could lock up first place. Not that you would rest guys for 2 weeks, but nobody would play against the Dolphins, you would think.
Yeah, maybe. Think we'll see a little Josh Dobbs, Tommy DeVites, Tommy
I would
Cutlets
hope
out there.
Tommy Cutlets is just I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
I wouldn't
at
want them
But
this
to lose
point,
to the Bills, but like if they dropped a stupid game to the Jets, I wouldn't think the world's falling down.
can't lose to the Jets. Just you can't do it. Just
All right,
well,
in the career
one time
path
they
that I've
lost
laid out for Drake May, he doesn't lose to the Jets.
um yeah, a couple of years
He's
ago,
Tom
but
Brady against the Bills against the Jets. That's what I need to see.
So
a
maybe the
stupid end of
Ravens.
the season loss to the Jets 10 years ago cost them a AFC Championship game at home against the Broncos. So that
Well, that's what Tim's saying. That's Tim saying if they have everything wrapped up. So that wouldn't be an
uh
issue.
yeah, the 1 seed, yeah.
But
Um so bye week, which there's a lot of good games in week 14.
yeah, oh
Probably
yeah.
shouldn't go crazy out of turn here because we have a whole thing talking about Thursday games coming up. But just a quick look at the schedule. Cowboys Lions Thursday night's a good one. Steelers Ravens ugly but important on Sunday. Colts Jaguars for first place. Dolphins Jets. Tim's gonna be locked into that. Joe
Mhm.
Burrow and
Did you just list
uh
the Dolphins and the Jets as a good
I
game?
was I was kidding. Bengals and Bills now that Burrow's back. and then Bears Packers
Oh, Bengals and
425.
Bills is going to be a huge one. And
And then
that's
Sunday night is Texans Chiefs. And Monday
snooze
night's
fest.
Chargers Eagles. Texans Chiefs though, with that defense, there's a legit chance this late in the season the Chiefs could be under 500.
No, that's why I said snooze fest. I think the Texans will win that game, and I think that we talked about, yesterday that all our listeners are going to hear. The Chiefs are one of the worst offenses in football to watch, and then you throw them against that defense, like
Check spoiler
So
alert.
if the Chiefs lose, they're out of the playoffs. If the Bills lose, they're out of the playoffs.
I mean,
I don't
not
think either one of them are out
mathematically.
of the playoffs.
What?
Yeah.
That's not how math works, Tim. The
It'd be
Chiefs are the
difficult.
10 seed,
They
as we
can't lose again.
debated later. All right, guys, I think we did a good job, and now you're going to see us if you're watching on
Wait,
YouTube or
hold on.
Spotify.
Hold on. Before just two quick things about the New York Football Giants that I have to say.
Okay.
One, eye black is meant to keep the sun out of your eyes.
Oh,
It is
old
not
man
meant
yells at
to
a cloud.
be, it is not meant to be meticulously put on by a rookie quarterback to look like he's more badass than he is. I hope he
Jackson,
has a very safe and healthy career. I
that's
think
unlikely.
it's very foolish
Very unlikely.
to paint your face like that. He also looked like never mind. And
Gonna
then
have to hear that off air.
the second thing before we head over to the NFL recap is a correction of you, Tom, from when I dropped off. You had called out Tim and I for assuming Abdul Carter would not have uh, a great rookie year because he got, in your words, chip blocked by a tight end. He got pancaked by a third string tight end in training camp. He was
From
the
the
third
Jets.
overall pick. He
On a
has
chip.
0 sacks. He has a couple of tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and he was benched last night in the first quarter for a coach's decision. I mean, I know it's only his first season. He's as close to a first round bust as you can get.
And Mr. No Sacks sacked the guy Jack didn't think got sacked last night.
Abdul Carter had a sack last night.
Yeah, guys. And we talked about
Sick. It
it.
took till week 13.
Hey, Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions his first year. You ever hear that?
I
That's
did.
what they say about
I have
every
heard that.
rookie quarterback that throws a lot of picks. Oh, Peyton Manning, he threw a lot of picks. Yeah,
You think
Jack,
it's going to work out for Max Brosmer?
I'm going to be honest. As I'll sit here and I will admit, I did not realize how terrible of a year Abdul Carter was having. And then when he just definitely was a malcontent and got a coach's decision benching in the first quarter, I was like, okay, I really have not been paying attention to Abdul Carter's season. But why would you? They have 2 wins.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not impressed with either of their first round picks. And it's not like I'm over here wishing the best for the New York Football Giants. I really don't like that franchise at all. They ruined a big part of my life.
I
Twice.
Once,
the entire
way more than the other, but yes, twice.
and
Wes
can I
Welker,
just,
Wes Welker was responsible for the second one.
can I just say how long is it going to be before they have to stop saying 15 years ago and 20 years ago these two teams played in the Super Bowl? It's completely different regimes.
It'll never
different coaches,
stop, Tom.
players.
They still talk about the Steelers and the Cowboys from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's true. They brought the Steelers up numerous times in the Sunday afternoon game. I said
Well,
it's the 55-year anniversary.
All right.
I wanted to just bring up,
Okay.
why did I already say the tight end tush push thing?
Yeah, I think you did yesterday.
I
You
didn't
did?
say
I
it
didn't
yesterday.
remember it. I don't remember it.
Oh,
In what world do they think that's a better plan? I understand they don't want to get the quarterback hurt, but it doesn't.
That's the reason.
But it
It's
doesn't
the
work.
Yeah, but the tight
They
end is
don't know how
also
to take a snap.
usually the tight end usually has like 3 inches and 100 pounds on a quarterback.
I know, but they struggle with the snap
Yeah.
of the ball.
Oh, Tim, football coaches aren't good as a whole. Football coaches aren't good.
And
I
did
think
you
they go ahead.
going on football coaches? I don't know. Did you understand what D'Amico Ryans was doing when he didn't kick the field goal to go up 7? He went for it on 4th and 3 on his own 20 something with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I
Uh,
don't
uh,
And
I don't recall.
they ran a tush push with a tight end and it got stuffed.
Is that the one they motioned in? Like they motioned into the motion the tight end under the center?
They might
Because I
have.
saw that. I saw that on Sunday too.
But they would have gone up 7 instead of 4.
Yeah, I don't, Tim. I don't know, man.
Tim, D'Amico Ryans has never proven to be a good coach.
Didn't he
The
win
amount
Coach
of
of the Year?
bad coaches, I think, is extraordinary.
It is crazy. It's insane. And
Do you
how
think
how
there wasn't
much
a lot of Madden when they were growing
we
up?
talked about this when Matt Eberflus got fired last year. It seems like nobody understands how to manage a clock. Like nobody gets it.
No.
I will tell you who does. Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel gets it. He likes victory formation. My favorite Mike Vrabel line is "That's the best play in football."
All
Who's the
right,
I have a
coach
guys.
for the
question about
Cardinals?
I have a question about coaching. And granted, I didn't see the end of the game. I saw it Monday morning at the gym when they were replaying it. But was there a point in the Commanders Sunday night game where they could have kicked an extra point to tie and they went for the win and got stopped?
That was the last play of the game. It was overtime.
Oh, it was overtime. Okay, okay, okay. That makes more
It
sense
wouldn't have
then.
been a. The Broncos would have had 4 minutes to go kick a field goal.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
But they could have taken the lead with four
What?
minutes left?
No,
If
no,
they
no.
scored, they would have won
If they got
because
to two points,
they
they would
both
have
had
won.
a
They could
they
have
both had
tied
a
it,
possession.
but the
Okay.
Broncos would have had 4 minutes.
That was the
All right.
second possession. The Commanders
All
had
right, that
had a
makes more
second.
sense because what I saw at the end of I didn't see it was OT and I just saw like them going missing it too and it was just like, why are you doing that?
But why not kick the field goal?
Because
And
what's the point of a tie? Just go for the win.
You guys all day yesterday were telling me that a tie is better than a loss.
Well, I'm not saying go for the tie. They ended up tying. What does it matter for the Commanders? They're out of it. Win a
Oh,
game.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize they ended up tying. I thought they won.
maybe trust your defense to get a stop.
Their defense is terrible.
Well,
I think the
the co-
coach knew what he had there. All
but
right.
all
Now,
right, I got to go do
as I
school
tried to
drop
say
off.
like 10 minutes ago, you're going to hear us talk about the Thursday and Sunday games now. All right, guys, let's talk about the Thanksgiving games. So we'll start with the first one because that makes the most sense. The Lions lost to the Packers, but hold on. This also ties into the Black Friday game where the Bears beat the Eagles. And now, not only are the Bears in first in the NFC North, they are the number one seed in the NFC. So, my question to you,
Just
buffoons.
like everybody predicted. Patriots, Bears, first two seeds in the NFL
Yes.
through 12
Yes.
weeks.
Um, are they real or will the Packers eventually catch them?
Oh, they're real, but the Packers will catch them. Tim said to me on Thanksgiving Day, does anybody think the Packers are good? And I am one of the people who think the Packers are good. They did the exact same thing last year where Jordan Love got hot on Thanksgiving and carried them through the playoffs until I think, did they lose to the Eagles or did they lose to someone else? Either way, I think the Packers are going to run them down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the Packers and Bears have played each other yet, right?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me pull up the schedule. Tim, what are your thoughts as
I
I look this
don't
up?
um
Just to
I
say,
don't believe in the Packers.
but before you go that, do you believe in the Bears more than the Packers?
They have not played each other yet.
Okay.
And the Packers, they have the Bears twice and the Broncos.
Yeah, the
That's
Packers have the Bears next week, actually.
So
I have Tom Brown level concerns about the Broncos, but go ahead.
the Packers have to win out, and then they win the North. If the Bears steal one of those games, I think the Bears could win it. I don't trust the Packers offense. Everybody said they have a bunch of wide receivers. None of them seem to show up on the same day.
Well, it's like that's like saying the Patriots had a bunch of wide receivers last year. They do
Yeah,
have a
and
bunch. They
guess
have a
what?
number of healthy wide receivers. Just none of them are good NFL wide receivers right now. I
That
shouldn't
was
say that. They're good to decent. Like there's no superstar there. Everybody thought it could be Jaden Reed or their first round pick Matthew Golden, who they just don't play.
yeah, you're a
But
big
yeah,
Matthew Golden
I
guy.
don't know. I think they're there.
And then the
So the
Bears
Bears
have the
go
Packers and the Browns.
Packers, Browns, Packers, Niners, Lions.
Okay.
So
But just to say there, so like, yes, they have to play the Packers twice, the Browns, and the Lions again. No, they beat the Lions twice. Or no, they're 1-1
no.
against the Lions. They split.
The Bears have on, the Packers beat the Lions twice. The Bears have only played the Lions once.
Yeah, the Lions Bears is the last game of the season for
So
both those teams.
oh right, I'm sorry. Right.
So let me throw this wrinkle in.
One that
Are the
concerns me-
Lions completely gone? Are they done? You're done with the Lions?
No, I think all three teams are going to make it. I just think the Packers are going to win the North.
Okay. Tim?
I would say that the Lions still have a chance to win the North.
They're
I don't
two
think
games behind the Bears right now.
I would say
when
Friday
you
was the first time the Bears didn't win a completely stupid game. They just beat the Eagles.
I think they've done it the last 2 weeks. They won like that last week too.
Who'd they play 2 weeks ago on the short
Jeez.
week? Oh, wait. I think I have their schedule up. I do. Look at me. Asking questions I have right. Oh, they beat the Steelers 31-28 and Mason Rudolph. Yeah, it's still such a toss up. The bye is going to be funky. It'll be really funny if the Packers win because the Bears have 4 losses and the Packers have 3 with that bye.
I
The Bears have
am going
3
to
losses.
rescind my Lions take.
The Bears only have 3 losses. They're 9-3.
I'm saying if they lose, if they
Oh,
end up
okay.
with 4.
Gotcha. Yeah, that tie doesn't help anybody. Same. I know we're going to talk about the NFC East in a second, but that's not going to help the Cowboys any either.
But it does because it's not a loss.
That's better than a loss.
So I think technically, if like
To gain
I don't
a
know,
game,
I don't. Oh yeah, I guess you have to gain a game. Yeah, but I guess in the NFC North it doesn't matter because, um, they're gonna play each other. They play each other so much. The Bears and Packers in the next
yeah,
3
it's
weeks.
backloaded.
That will pretty much answer that question.
But here's the thing, like I think the Packers can chase down the Bears because a game that everybody just kind of glosses over, because they don't have an offense, is the Cleveland Browns. However, the Bears line is not fixed yet, and Miles Garrett
Miles Garrett's
could
gonna
kill Caleb Williams that game,
That's true.
and that would just ruin their season. Like I could see Miles Garrett having a 4 or 5 sack game again, which is crazy because he's already had 2 of those this year.
Yeah, I agree with Tim and I get it just if the Packers are gonna win, it's gonna be ugly games. And
They kicked the shit out of the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving, and Jordan Love threw 4 touchdown passes.
true.
And Josh Jacobs wasn't healthy.
Part of me thinks that the Lions missed their window, with those 2 years they had where they were really good, and I think what the Bears are doing proves how good Ben Johnson is, and I think that is very hard to overcome.
Yeah, I still think the Lions are good. I mean, the Lions are. I think the Lions are going to get into the playoffs, but I just don't.
They're the odd man looking out right now.
When you take those 3 teams, you take the Lions, the Bears, and the Packers. Who has the best unit, would you say it's the Lions offense? Do you trust the
Ooh,
Packers offense more than the Lions
I,
offense now?
you wouldn't say it's the Packers defense?
No, I'm
Yeah, I
asking.
would probably
I would
I would
probably say
probably
it's
say it's the
probably
Packers defense, and then the Lions offense. What strikes me about the Lions offense is just give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs 30
yeah.
times a game.
I
I
was going
don't
to say they
understand
definitely have the
it.
best player in the division.
Amon-Ra got hurt in the first quarter of that game, so he didn't play. They tried to get Williams the ball so he could just like exploit his speed, but I
He
I don't
did.
know, man. I don't think they're that much better than the Packers offense.
And
Yeah.
then the Bears are last in both categories. Well, maybe the Lions defense is the worst.
The Lions
Yeah, I
defense
don't
was
think that.
supposed to get guys back, and that just has they look like they did at the end of last season when they were just
Yeah,
kind of a sieve.
and they have a fully healthy Aiden Hutchinson, which is not good for the Lions. I mean, Aaron Glenn was a good coordinator too.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
I
we
don't know.
know coordinators matter. I mean,
Yeah, you're not
Charlie
joking.
Weiss and Romeo Crennel left, and the Patriots fell apart for a couple of years,
I
and
mean,
they
they
had the
won a
greatest
Super
quarterback.
Bowl and then they were 16-0 2
No,
years
they
later.
didn't. They didn't win a Super Bowl until 2016.
No, no, they
After
won
that,
the
Tom.
Super Bowl with all those three, and then they went 16-0 with the best offense ever.
Yeah, but that was a few years after, like Tim just
Guys, it
alluded
doesn't
to.
matter. It was Tom Brady and Randy Moss. You can't compare anything to that.
I think we're.
That's not true. Tim said the Saints last year through 2 weeks were as good as that team.
I
That's
think it was
true.
3 weeks. I think it
Tim
was 3 weeks.
was no
No, it was
one
two.
was
They
no
scored
one.
40 in back-to-back weeks, and Tim's like, let's look out for the record books.
What is a worse take, that or Colin Cowherd one time saying that LeBron, you can take a step, you can step to the side now because Ben Simmons has arrived.
I mean, we shouldn't
He just
invoke
has a
other
bigger
people's. We
audience.
shouldn't invoke people's bad takes, other people's bad takes with bigger
Yeah, that's
audiences than
true.
us.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
think it'll crush us?
No,
No,
absolutely
I don't
not.
think I think we're insignificant. So another thing that happened on Thanksgiving is this is a real quantum leap episode. We're going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm
And
confused.
so now we're back to Thanksgiving where the Cowboys beat the Chiefs. And it did a couple things. The Chiefs are just happily in the 10 seed. They need to leap three teams to get into the
Yeah, I was
playoffs.
gonna say you shouldn't say 10 seed because there's only 7 seeds. You should say they are in
Right.
10th place.
They're 6-6, which is actually 2 games out of the playoffs, which is
Before we get to the
wild.
Cowboys,
Yeah,
just
no, we'll start with the
one
Chiefs.
quick thought on the Chiefs. One quick thought on the Chiefs. If they didn't have Patrick Mahomes, they'd have 2 wins. They fucking
Oh, totally.
stink.
What are
Yeah.
the
They
two wins?
stink.
I
Just happened.
watch well, they played the Raiders. I watch these games, and as much as it's like it doesn't make sense when I watch it, it's just as how good he is. There are times where you're like, okay, this is a 3-and-out, or they're gonna punt, and then he runs for 12 yards when he needs 11, or he scrambles to the point where the cornerbacks can't guard anyone anymore. They can't cover anyone, and someone's wide open. You're like, well, why is no one near him for 8 yards? It's
The most,
insane to
I was
watch
just going to
those.
say, the most indefensible play in football is him scrambling for 10 seconds and Travis Kelce eventually sitting down in a soft spot in the zone and catching a first down.
And
Can
now he
we
drops
talk?
him.
I'd rather run that than the tush push. Like as long as he
Can
has time, but that's it. Everything else, the offensive line stinks. The defensive line, even with Chris Young, is not playing well this year. The defense is bad, straight up bad. And Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy are just fast. They're
Mm.
not good receivers. They're just fast.
Yeah, their route tree is short. Tim, this is directed at you specifically.
Oh boy.
Patrick Mahomes was going to the sideline and got shoved out of bounds. He was 2 yards in play, and they threw a flag,
That's
but
soft.
they picked it up.
Wow.
Did you anticipate them picking it up? Because I saw it, And I was like, oh, here we go again, this guy on the sidelines. And then they showed the replay, and it was pretty egregious.
Yeah, I did not anticipate them picking it up. But I think that the NFL has been better about it this year with all
Yeah,
quarterbacks. Josh Allen got
I
killed last night, and they didn't throw the flag when he was sliding. I don't know if you
yeah,
guys saw that.
I didn't see that.
I
I
didn't see
think
it. No.
sliding's a different animal because the Pat Mahomes has his foot hovering over
Yeah,
the
he's a
out of
dirtbag.
bounds line. I was just like, I think someone on the crew said, you for our safety, pick that flag up.
We can't do this.
Please, we are in Dallas, for the love of God. Do you want to be able to go home? But on the other end, the Cowboys don't stop. George Pickens turns out he needs a quarterback. That's not a Steeler, and having CeeDee Lamb on the other side doesn't hurt. Dak is good. He's
Yeah.
always been good. They always win 10 to 12 games when he plays the full season. And the defense it's not the worst.
It's not as bad as it was in the beginning of the season.
It was the worst. It
Yeah,
was the worst.
but
But George Pickens is straight up nasty. Him and JSN, I think, are the only two guys. Maybe Jamar Chase has got there now, but were going into this week, which is week 12, already had over 1,000 yards.
yeah.
So like George Pickens is not, I mean, maybe he is a jerk. Maybe he does stupid shit. But maybe Mike Tomlin sucks worse than I thought. Because I can't wait to talk about the Steelers here in a little bit. But Dak's way better. But unfortunately, I got some bad news. No matter what happened on Friday, they're not catching the fucking Eagles. No chance. The Eagles are still a better football team. Dallas can get hot and have a nuclear offense, but if the conversation is Dallas is going to run down Philly, no way.
What can I just ask? What in the last like 5 weeks from Philly have you seen that makes you so sure of that?
I'd like to call back the last 3 years of what I've seen in Philly that they can win when they need to. Like they had a shitty game against the Bears, but AJ Brown's producing. They just couldn't run. Eventually, it's all going to click. I think it's not like um, the Cowboys getting hot is going to chase down what has arguably been the best team in football over the past 3 seasons.
The
Yeah, but
Eagles also have the
eventually,
Raiders and then the Commanders twice.
okay. So
So
There you
well,
go.
that's gonna
that's
help
the
them.
help. That's the
SOS help,
difference.
strength of schedule.
But well, who knows if Herbert's going to play next Monday? But because I could totally see them losing at least two of those games. But yeah, the other three they'll probably win.
Although the Cowboys, if they get by the Lions, it's Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. So it's not like,
Yeah, but you'd need two losses.
yeah, Philly
You need
needs
to
to lose.
run the table on two losses.
Do you
So
still
okay,
think the Cowboys are a playoff team, though?
so
If they,
they're 8 right now. I won't say
I think
seed because
that's I
that
think
triggers
that's the
Jack.
one. Wait,
Or
they're
they're
eight,
9.
so they're not in.
9. 9. They're
So
9.
who does Detroit have to run down? Who's at 7 right now?
Niners.
hate the Niners.
Ooh, actually, I don't know. I don't know about Detroit now. The Niners are in that spot. They're off. I trust the Niners offense more than I trust the Lions offense.
Um yeah, and then let's see. I'm pulling up their schedule. I mean, it really comes down to schedule, like because none of these teams are, and this includes the Eagles, none of, and maybe the entire NFL, no team is a yes, I'm guaranteeing they win that game. Like you would say with the Chiefs in the past couple of years, you would say with the Bills the past couple of years. I don't feel confident in any of that.
I'm sorry, Tom. It cut out a little bit. What'd you say?
I
No,
agree.
yeah, all I said was that I don't think there's a team that you can other. It all comes down to schedule because there's no team right now where you're just like, I guarantee, yes, that's a win. Unless you look at they're going to play the Titans, Raiders, Texans, or not Texans, Titans, Raiders, Saints. Those really,
I would
really
say
bad
those are
teams.
the only three. I think every other team after those three would give everybody a fight.
So here's
There's
Niners
some bad
have
ones.
a bye week, Titans, Colts, Bears, Seahawks. So the Niners' schedule is not great for them.
No.
Seahawks are
That
good.
I think
That
the Colts
Chicago
are on the
49ers game is going to be a big game for the Lions.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
get to
think the
we're gonna
Colts
get
are
to the
on the
Colts.
decline, and we'll get to them, but
Um,
I think the magic is lost.
yeah, so I guess when you look at what the Eagles have left, they're probably gonna win that division. And then Joe Burrow's triumphant return on Thursday night as the Bengals beat the Ravens. And Jack, you texted out maybe it's time to take the Ravens off the scare floor.
I did. It's definitely time to take the Chiefs off. But I say off the scare floor, I still think they're probably going to win the NFC or the AFC North.
I do too.
And if we're shifting our conversation over to the AFC North, my hot take as we start December here is Joe Burrow's return and Aaron Rodgers' possible career-ending hit by Joey Bosa yesterday.
That was so hard.
I would say that moves the Steelers firmly into the worst team in that division. And that's including the Cleveland Browns.
Even with the Ravens loss, they're ahead. They're in first place.
They're going to win. They're still going to win that division. The Ravens are still the best team in that division. I don't think that division's that good because none of those teams know how to play defense except for the Browns.
And they don't know how to play offense.
I would say the Steelers don't know how to play.
I want to tell you what, right? I'm
Yeah,
going to tell you
they
right
don't.
now.
Well-
Shador Sanders is the best of the quarterbacks that have played for the Browns this year, and they look better than they have all season long.
Okay.
I don't think they should have given up Flacco.
Neither does Mike Tomlin.
Well, I didn't. Yeah. Well, why would you trade within the division? That's
what
stupid.
Mike Tomlin said. It was the only time, I think the only time in like history a head coach went out and called out an opposing team's general manager and said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. So
And then
I
Flacco
agree.
threw for 450 and beat him like the Thursday after that.
Here's a fun game based off of something Tim said earlier. What is the best unit in the AFC North? Is it the Browns defense?
It's either the Bengals offense or the Browns defense. The Bengals offense
Oh yeah,
with
now that
Joe
Burrow's
Burrow.
back. Yeah. And T. Higgins will probably come back next week.
And they're
from a
not that great
concussion.
because they don't block anybody. Like
They don't
so it's a completely overrated division. It's not the tough
Well,
NFC
Jack,
North
you,
anymore.
You don't like hard-nosed football.
You don't know anything about steel mills.
Or Tigers.
I know that
You don't know blue collar shift work.
the best
No.
the best player in the division is the defensive end from the worst record team there. So that tells me all I need to know about hard-nosed football.
Hey, why wouldn't it be a defensive end, Jack? Stick your nose in it and make a play.
He's an edge rusher who sacks the quarterback. I mean,
he is not a human.
I was
Is
just going to
what
say
he-
a human being. He's not a human being.
So let's touch on all the games here. So Bears, Browns, we don't really have to talk about. Shador, I don't know if he's the answer this year. They lost to the 49ers. The Steelers lost to the Bills. And as Jack said, Joey Bosa got blocked, looped back around, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't looking. I
He
didn't
slid
see
up
it.
in the pocket. He slid up in the pocket, and Joey Bosa crushed him.
I went to Zootopia yesterday, missed that game, but I was watching with you. Josie's over here telling me saying you saw this with me. Yep, Mama was there. And yep. So she just listed
Was there
everyone in
there?
our family that was there.
Yeah.
So I caught up because the NFL puts out a 2-hour long every game recap, and it's fantastic. Just buzzed through that, and the amount of times they showed that hit, I just kept
that
watching.
was I I had texted you right when it happened because I was watching. I said Joey Bosa just ended Aaron Rodgers, or may have just ended Aaron Rodgers' career because the hit not only was a blindside hit, he went down face first, and he still wears one of the old helmets with kind of the smaller face guard. It looked like Bosa drove his nose into the ground, and then
Mm.
the only thing that stopped any pressure after that was his broken left wrist.
Hmm.
He's got to
Uh,
regret signing with the Steelers, right?
why would everyone should?
Like
They
money
never have
I
aside.
an
don't understand. I
offense.
don't. So they had Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell. And in the entire history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's the best their offense ever was. And they didn't do shit with it because Mike Tomlin is inept. And that's my bad. I went into this season thinking he was the best coach in the NFL, not named Andy Reid. And boy, am I wrong. This is going to be the first year he doesn't finish over 500, and he does not know how to coach an offense. Simple as that.
Uh, Jack, he very well could finish 9-8. That's what he goes for.
It is what he goes.
No, I'm saying another call right here is I don't think they're going to finish 500, especially if Mason Rudolph is leading the friggin' bad news Bears or whoever else is on that offense. Like, you know who regrets signing with Pittsburgh? DK Metcalf. I'm sure he was. Is that him? That was he there? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's him. He got
He got
he
traded,
gets
right?
2-yard screen passes every game because that's all Rodgers will throw. The thing is, what I don't get, and again, this is where we need to go five guys and get George and Anton here because they're really glued in. Kenneth Gainwell looks like their best player and doesn't get the ball all the time.
I don't get
They
it.
haven't. I I think they're trash. I think the Bengals and Browns are already done. Like they are. It's
Yep.
mathematics. And
Season's
then
over.
the
Okay.
Ravens are broken, but someone has to win the division. It's going to be like that year that the St. Louis Rams went 8-9 and hosted a playoff game,
I don't understand. Like it.
or
It's
7-9, 7 and
the
9.
consistency that the Ravens have are turning backwards and handing the ball to Derrick Henry. Like, other than that, Lamar Jackson has had his worst season by a mile this year.
He doesn't
I
scramble anymore.
He does not
no,
scramble. He doesn't break the pocket, and his downfield throws are just off, like
his
totally
hamstring
missing
must not
people.
be healthy.
Can we go
So,
back to the Bills game for 1 second?
okay, sure, yeah.
And Tom, you might have, I don't know if it
The
was in
Bills
the,
Steelers or the Bills
yeah,
Ravens? Sorry, Timmy.
Bills Steelers.
Okay.
In the fourth quarter, they were down by 13, I think, and they went for it on fourth down on the 10. Did you see the play?
I don't remember it.
They brought an extra tackle in and Darnell Washington, who's 6'7" and 300 pounds.
Also
So
should
it's like
get
they
the
had
ball a
three
couple more times a
tackles.
game.
And then they ran away from the motion. They ran a counter with Jalen Warren right into the defensive tackle. No, to the opposite side of where they put all the extra bodies.
Yeah, Tim, I'm telling you, we just kind of talked about it for a little
I
bit that
just,
their offense is garbage.
It
it
has
made me
been
think of
for
something I wanted to
years.
do on the podcast, but I didn't text you guys.
Take your shirt off, like Ben Johnson.
I wrote down the top five worst offenses to watch. And I think the
Oh,
Steelers are number
fun.
one by a mile.
Okay.
Hmm.
The
I
New York
went,
Jets are pretty painful to watch. Play offensive football.
yeah, but at least they seem like there's something there. Like they just don't have talent.
Oh, I
Like
disagree. I disagree. And I think that yesterday I mean, we're not there yet, but yesterday when the beat the Atlanta, I said to myself like, "Ooh, the coach of Atlanta should get fired." Like,
Oh,
he
don't worry,
should be
Jack.
fine.
We're not going to get to the Jets and Falcons. Run of time.
okay, good.
Um, no, Tim, I agree with that because of your boy Rogers. But I'm just trying to rack my brain here because the Saints
It's
I
are
have
not like
no
still in the
worst
idea.
offenses
NFL.
in the NFL. It's worst to watch. So like I have
Oh,
the
okay.
Chiefs on the list.
Yeah, then well, I
Okay,
was
yeah,
gonna say
sure.
Minnesota, the
Minnesota,
Minnesota
yeah.
Vikings, no matter who plays
Miami,
quarterback there. I was
Miami.
Miami. I
gonna
have the
say,
Raiders because they can't block.
and
So
I
it's the
only have 10.
worst. You're saying the worst teams. It's just that the Steelers' record is kind of hiding that. Again, The Patriots lost to him because they fumbled 5 times. The Patriots have lost to the Steelers and Raiders. They really
Probably
could be
both on your list. Probably both on your
They're
list of
both on
top
the
five
list.
offenses.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly got fired, and it was amazing that Geno Smith started throwing the ball to Brock Bowers, and it's just like, why haven't you been doing this the whole
Yeah.
season? He was hurt a lot, but
Um,
still,
I
All
have
right.
the Eagles.
as a
Oh,
frustrating
interesting.
offense to watch.
Yeah, it's just like you should be better. Why
Okay.
is it so disjointed?
All right, I have a question for you guys. Ready? Are the Panthers much closer to being a real contender than you would think because it's the Panthers? They
100%.
beat
Yeah.
they beat the Rams, which that shit happens. Like, okay, the Rams might finish with 3 losses. They might finish 14
Cross
and
country
3.
flight, tough game in
1 o'clock
Carolina,
start.
raining.
But this is also coming off a game, Monday night game where the Panthers couldn't do anything.
I know.
So it's such a weird thing, but every time when they're clicking, you're like, hey, Bryce Young doesn't suck.
Nope.
In the
Federer
49ers
McMillan is
gave
good. They have 2 good running backs.
the 49ers gave the Panthers so many chances to beat them.
Oh, Brock Purdy
Yeah.
won. No
Brock Purdy
part of
had
that
3
one.
interceptions in the first half.
Yeah.
I think, but I think the Panthers are better. I think probably the second best team in that division. Maybe not as good or anywhere near the Buccaneers right now, but definitely better than the Saints. And shit, I can't even remember the other team there.
The NFC South.
Carolina, New Orleans, Tampa, and
Falcons?
who?
The
The
Falcons.
Falcons. Oh, well, they're
Yeah.
better than the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't-
Well, okay. So are we sure? Let's bring it back to the playoff picture that the Buccaneers are going to hold on. 7-6
Uh,
Panthers, 7-5
Yeah, I mean, they had a
Bucks.
tough game yesterday against Arizona, who are so much better with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback than Kyler Murray.
I saw something that Kyler Murray is the favorite to be the Jets' next quarterback, and that just makes
The
That's
most
so much
sense
sense.
of all time. Yeah, of course. They'll pay him. They'll give him $60 million a year too.
Yeah.
Um,
They play each other twice
Take small
in the last 3 weeks, Bucks Panthers.
oh, good. That'll be fun.
A lot of division
there you
stuff
go.
at the end of the season.
It's
Yeah,
almost
I
like
know.
they planned that just in case of close division races.
That's awesome.
All right. I don't think
Before
there's
we
too
just
much
another
to.
NFC South team I want to talk about real quick. Um, if the Saints came back and beat the Dolphins yesterday, I was watching them catch that onside kick, which, by the way, with the new rules, should never happen. Should never, ever happen.
Happened to the Patriots.
And my only thought was, as they were climbing back into that game,
was
that
an incredible
they were
onside
down 19 or they were down, I think, 21-0 at one point. Is that there's no way Mike McDaniel leaves the stadium with his job, and he saved it again. And I don't understand that. I don't think the Dolphins players understand that every time they try hard, they're saving their coach's job, who it doesn't look like any of them like. But here we are. Miami beat the Saints, so good for them. And
I
now they
think
have
we'll
like
have
3 or
second
4
in the
wins
league.
in a row, or 3 out of the last 5. So they're like, where are they? Do you have the standings in front of you? They're probably 8th or
Miami?
9th. Yeah.
I just had it. I clicked on it because you were talking about this game. Right
They're
here,
11.
they're
Oh, okay.
11th, 5-7.
What are
They
they,
have a
tied?
less than 1% chance to make the playoffs. They
Okay.
are in between the Bengals and the Chiefs.
2 teams that are definitely not going to make playoffs, or 3 teams, I guess. But it's just another, like most of the NFL is so frustrating to watch because the top teams are so much better than the bad teams.
hmm Like tonight, when the Patriots play the Giants, this could be a laugher because as frisky as the Giants are, if the Patriots just do smart shit, not stuff they did against the Saints, or not the Saints, the Steelers and the Raiders, they should
Bengals.
win by 20.
Yeah, and Jackson Dart's playing, which doesn't make any sense.
It's better for the Patriots. Old
Yeah.
scrambled eggs brain running around out there. Can we talk about the Vikings?
Oh,
do we
boy,
have
why?
to?
I wrote down because you texted us, I think, saying um, JJ McCarthy's QBR would have been higher had he just spiked it.
That's correct.
Every play.
Last week, if he had taken
I heard
every
that
snap in
stat
the
too.
game and spiked it into the football, his QBR would have been higher than it was.
And this Hosmer fella, he went to UNH. He was UNH.
Did he?
Brosmeyer. So yeah, yeah.
Bros, yeah, whatever. But wow, that was brutal.
Yeah. It
If
was
you're
brutal.
Jordan Addison,
I'm going to tell you what, Jordan Addison and
Jefferson,
Justin Jefferson had a lot of drops too. So they didn't make it easy for him, but man, did he just anything over the middle of the field was airmailed to a safety.
to the safety, yeah.
Listen, he might be a quarterback whisperer, but Kevin O'Connell said to the front office, yeah, go ahead and let Sam Darnold leave because we have JJ McCarthy.
Looking
He's
at
not
Sam
that much of a
Darnold
whisperer.
across the field yesterday as Brosmer was just, pooping himself. He must have thought the Joe Bluth, I've made a huge mistake.
Yes. All right, guys. So for the listener or the viewer, mainly the viewer, the listener, it wouldn't matter much. Through the magic of light and sound, we're going to look different at the first part of this episode, but we're actually going to record it after. Pretty
Little
incredible.
editing trick for you guys.
Yep.
We needed to
You're
give you the
not going to know
content
what's
you crave.
going on. I can promise the mustache will be there,
Oh, shit.
and
You can or can't.
I forgot to
can.
shit
It
all
will
over
be
the
there.
mustache because I can't see it.
Yeah,
don't
he's really
worry,
got to be the
it'll
main
be
one on the screen.
thicker and darker tomorrow.
So we have a Magnum PI. And what would we call this, Tim? Maybe like BB gun?
Hey, you guys just wait until
Do we all grow mustaches?
February. Yes. Hop on it, Tim.
Why? And you said before we hopped on, just a little nugget that stuck with me. You're taking the mustache back? From who?
The pedophiles.
Pedophiles. It had to
Oh,
be.
wow. Okay.
No, I'm not. I think
Nobody-
You get
collectively,
that cleared across the
mustaches are
street?
back.
Did you say,
Yeah.
did you just
Does
stand
he
at
have
the
a
top of your
mustache?
driveway and yell, this is mine
Across
now?
the street? I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to speak on it.
He could be a listener.
He's going to see the mustache, and I'm going to be out there, and he's going to be like, oh, shit.
I haven't
on.
seen
He
you at
took
the
it back.
meetings.
Took it back. All right. So listen, everyone, this is actually the end of the episode now. So everyone, please like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. These guys are hilarious, and Tom has a mustache now. And
Yeah.
we will,
That's
a good
guys.
way to spell it.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. But
I'm going to
it's
get
gonna
an
be
increase
it's gonna
in
be
audio
wild stuff.
listens instead of video.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.